If you don't leave...
Social distancing, miss.
No, if you don't leave, you're going to get arrested for public order offence.
What public order is that, miss?
Because you're creating public order to these people here.
No, completely wrong.
I'm not breaking any laws.
You are.
Completely wrong.
Public order offence. Because you're frightening these people. You're causing them
I'm frightened of a camera.
You're causing them harass, alarm and distress.
No, I'm not.
And you're causing other people.
No, I'm not.
3 seconds you're going to get arrested.
He's actually done nothing.
You're under arrest.
Thank you, miss.
Public order offence and the gentleman there as well.
Thank you, miss.
Thank you.
Hey, don't grab that! Do not break that!
Right, so guys, as you can see, okay, now you can see, look at the way that they're grabbing Natural Born.
That's all.
Okay.
Look at how hard you...
Hi guys, what's going on? It's Big Man Audits here, the auditor who audits the auditors, or something like that anyway. And today we're at Durham, I think it's the council offices, although I'm not too sure, with Plod or Not to Plod and Natural Born, just to see how they get interacted with the police. Now I have to say these guys are pretty good at explaining exactly what it is that's going on at the same time. However, they do argue backwards and forwards, so let's see how they get on, because it doesn't end well.
Hey guys, you can see that the police have just turned out. Okay.
2 metres, guys.
Afternoon.
It doesn't matter, 2 metres, that's the rule. Have you got your camera on?
Well, first of all,
Well, you're
okay.
supposed to tell us you do that. Okay, well, I'm going to shut up now. I'm going to let my representative speak for me.
First of all, could you identify yourselves both for me, please?
PC 9142 Tinkler.
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
PC 9142 Tinkler.
9142 Tinkler. Okay.
Piece 1957.
1957. No problem. Thank you.
Okay, so straight off the bat, there's a couple of problems here already. They've already gone against policy twice. That's not bad. There's only been a 10-second interaction. The first thing is the police have to, at the earliest point, tell you that they're recording you. As you can clearly see, they've not done so in both cases here. The second point is they're obliged to officially identify themselves correctly. The officer on the left has nearly done it right, but the officer on the right has got a clear attitude problem at this particular point and hasn't done so at all. There's 3 pieces of information that's required. Number 1, the shoulder number. Now, the shoulder number is not unique, so it's not that per officer in the entire UK. There could be a number of different officers. So normally there's 3 pieces: the shoulder number, the surname, and the station they're out of. And so far, that's 2 bits of policy broke already. Not bad. 10 seconds in.
Very much. Yep.
What's going on today then?
Nothing. I haven't got a problem. I haven't got a problem.
Well, I think these people actually work
This
here.
man's
So,
assaulted me.
right, so I think they work here.
On
So
camera.
how are they harassing you then if you approach them?
He's assaulted me 4 times.
No.
Right, okay then. So they work here. So why have you come here then today?
To report a biohazard.
Right,
We were
okay.
on our way to the police station to report it.
Okay.
Next.
Okay, so they've approached the set council office and they're going to be reporting a biohazard. Already there's been allegations of assault that the gentleman's made against members of the staff inside of the council office, but these have been completely dismissed by both officers. Essentially, they have already made up their mind who is the guilty party here, and that cannot be the case. An officer must be open-minded and ready to hear all allegations. What should happen at this point is they can be asked to take a statement, and another officer can go in and deal with the members of staff inside to get their side of the story.
If you didn't come, because we've been here over an hour now trying to report it, not one of them will take a hit with. There's hypodermic syringes, there's horrible disgusting sex fluid and disgusting other stuff.
You carry on talking.
Everywhere. Yeah, you go over there, Bob. And we're trying to report it, and they won't, no one will report it. And said they're going to put 999 for somebody who isn't.
So what they do now, guys, is they go in and they will just basically deny and lie is what will actually happen. Yep, no worries. Okay, and that's what will happen. Right. So that's...
Okay, so let's give you a little bit of backstory. I'm having to guess now. So they're in Durham. They've gone to the council offices to record a public place, which obviously it is. It's a public building. It's paid for by you and me, the taxpayer. They've gone in there and they've started recording, which they are perfectly legally entitled to do. There's obviously been some sort of altercation, although we haven't seen it on this particular video, where Natural Born has been assaulted, he alleges. And of course, they're saying that they've been filming on private property. Now they're feeling alarmed, harassed, or distressed. So we can't clarify if they have been harassed or alarmed, but a guy standing there filming isn't really considered a harassing event. If he was following around the building, that could be another case argument. But of course, all we know from this particular point is they're standing outside pointing cameras.
What'll happen? Because it's our right to record them. It's our right to record them.
Plus, it also demonstrates the time.
Yes, it is. Okay, right. You just said it's not really.
The time and place now. We're making an interaction with you, or you're making it with us rather.
Okay, but then it depends what you're doing with that afterwards, doesn't it?
It's irrelevant to what I'm doing with it.
Right, if you're not going to start downloading onto YouTube and Facebook and things like that, then it becomes an issue, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't.
Huh?
No, it does not.
Is that a threat to me?
I said, do you want to?
No, I don't. Is that
I haven't
a
even
threat
got
to me,
Facebook.
Right, okay then.
Right, let's just clarify one thing. Number one, he didn't threaten you.
Question this.
Number one, he didn't threaten you.
Right.
Okay.
Why are you
Number
so
two.
irate about this? You've come to report something that's got to this stage now that you've had with.
Because they've wound us up. That little guy assaulted me 4 times.
Okay, so now we've heard a couple of things here. The officer is saying that you have no legal right to put anything on public on Facebook or YouTube, etc. You're in a public place. Okay, there is no right to privacy in a public place. Now, because this PC Lifelike here is a little bit upset that may happen, she's now inventing a law that says that it's illegal to, essentially is what she's saying, to download it there. When a natural born has actually said, do you want me to? She's now taken it as an offensive threat. So she's actually already on a defensive stance already. And doesn't necessarily need to be like that. She's obviously not concerned that she's in any danger, and neither is any other officer who's there. The male officer has left his associate there and has gone into the council building. So they're clearly not alarmed, harassed or distressed enough to actually have 2 officers versus 2 members of the public. 2 male members of the public left with 1 female officer.
How is sort of
He hit him on the arm 3 times,
Right,
and then
to
pushed.
leave?
He was standing. We never entered the premises. He never entered the premises. He did not hit.
It's public ground. That in there is.
Yep, he did not go in there. So let's verify that.
I was
And
standing on
also,
the
we'll have
public
to
ground.
verify actually with this the car park is a public area or not, because this may not be a public area.
Business.
It's publicly accessible. It's publicly accessible under Section 33 of the Criminal Justice Act of 1972. So let's.
So there you go. So obviously, plod or not to plod, does know what he's doing, and also does natural born, as do most auditors, know exactly what they're doing when they're entering. The fact is, of course, this is a council building, okay? So it is a publicly accessible building, and publicly accessible buildings, when they are open, whether it's you have to pay to get in them or whether they're free to access, are publicly accessible, and you can film in any public place. So they don't really have a leg to stand on, but let's see what the officer has to say about it.
Let's verify that.
Legislation first before you start
Okay.
quoting it,
No,
alright?
I do
Is
know.
there
I
any
do know
public
it.
areas
I
that are
do know
public
it.
during opening
I
hours
do
and
know
not?
it.
Alright.
I
That
do
might
know
be
it.
that
Right,
area
can
there
you
is
answer me then? Is the council open at this moment in time? Yes or no? Yes,
Yes,
it is.
it's open.
Right,
There
there
might
you
be
go.
certain
So
areas,
then
might be
I am
certain
actually
parts of it.
legally allowed to be
This is why
here.
they've called the police, because you're not going to
I am
listen to anything
legally
anybody
allowed.
else
No,
says,
you
are
haven't
All
allowed me
listening
to
to us.
approach you yet. I went to
haven't
ask you.
broken
I
any
went to
laws.
ask you one question,
Right.
and you cut me dead.
No, I didn't cut you dead.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Okay. So if you're now willing to listen to what I'm going to
Well,
say
I've
to
heard
you,
nothing but I had to listen to what he's had to say, and you've not listened to anybody else, so go on then.
do me a favour. Do me a favour. I absolutely, fundamentally have no time for you, and I'm sorry,
I'm
madam.
sorry that
Okay.
they've
But
probably
PC,
demonstrated
but
that-
PC 1957.
Yeah, and they've
Okay.
probably had the same
In
with them
uniform.
there.
In uniform.
With the desecrated
You
flag.
are a complete disgrace to the
what?
uniform.
Desecrated
That
flag.
is so disrespectful to this country's flag.
I've been
It's
in
flag.
war zones.
I
Yes,
served
it is.
this country.
Yep. So did we.
Right.
So did we. So let's
Right.
verify that.
Right, so you can
Let's
just-
verify
I'm
that.
not speaking to you anymore.
Let's verify that.
So have I,
Yeah.
miss.
So have
Yeah.
I, miss.
Very easy.
I've been in a war zone
Very
as well,
easy.
miss.
So have I.
Very
Yeah,
easy.
so have I. Well done to you. It's still desecrated.
Right.
It's still desecrated.
Okay, so I think what's actually going now, it's completely elevated. The officer should actually, at this moment in time, be trying to calm the situation down. To turn round and actually say, I've served my country and everything, so you don't really know who you're dealing with. You know, we've all lost people of our family on the front line during some war or another going back hundreds of years. Of course we have. That is very natural. But you don't really know the other person's argument with this, and the officer should be trained to sort of handle these sort of occasions and de-escalate the situation. When what actually she's done is walked away, put her hands in their face, and walked off. Now, yes, to plod or not to plod has told her he has absolutely no time for her, which is going to cause a negative reaction. But you would have thought people who are trained by Her Majesty's, or now His Majesty's government, would have learnt to deal with just a minor dispute like this. Remember, this is just a war of words. There's been no anger, aggression. There's been no swearing, no bad language at the moment. So at the moment, there really isn't any crime committed, or there's no suggestion of any crime committed. Now, what you have got is two parties. There's two guys on the outside. There's two or three guys on the inside. It's their word versus their word. It's very, very difficult for the officers to make a collaboration of what's going on. And without any evidence at all, let's see how it turns up.
Desecrated.
So,
Still desecrated, miss. It's not the Union Jack, is it? It's a thin blue line.
Yes, and that's what we work. The thin blue line.
No,
Yeah,
you don't.
exactly.
You overstep the thin blue line every single day.
so you can see there, guys.
Reinforcements.
Okay. So, whoa, here we go, guys. So we've got our second car now turn up. Did you see whichever officer was driving? Was it male or female?
It was the male, I think.
No, just now, out of those two. Male. Okay, right. We need to ask him why he damaged public property.
What did he do then?
No, when he came in too fast. It's only a 5 mile an hour car park.
Gosh. Hello, guys. Yes,
Good afternoon.
we're doing filming in public areas.
Yes, we're aware of that.
Have you got your cameras on, guys?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, it would be nice. You're supposed to tell us, officer. Be nice for you to tell us.
Chance, mate. You start talking to us straight away.
Excuse me, it's very rarely we get a chance to get a word in edgeways with you guys. That's why we have to do that. Thank you. Thank you. I haven't. Rudeness is not a crime, miss.
And you were not rude, madam.
You were very rude.
Yeah, that's
Disrespectful.
there's a lot.
Wow, PC butthurt in there. So now you know who's going to be the instigator of what problems are to come. You can already see the female officer who was outside actually talking with the two guys is now making allegations inside of rude behaviour, etc. But quite rightly, you don't have to be polite. You cannot be arrested for being rude. You can be arrested for being abusive. You can be arrested for being violent, but you can be as rude as you like. You don't have to talk to these people at all. You could have turned around and said, I'm not talking to you, and walk away, and there's nothing they can do.
Right, guys, I don't know whether or not you picked that up or not, but an unbelievable thing just then. I don't know if you guys seen it, but where Natural and many other people, and even quite a lot of the actual people that we met this morning, and the reason why we're in Durham for, right? We were all here to help the local people, and you can see the way. Now, we haven't even made it to Durham Police Station yet, and if this is going to be the attitude of the actual police in Durham, wow, bring it on. Right, what I want to do, guys, as you can see, it looks like that they're having a full council meeting in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to try and get as close as I can, and that's what I'll do. So you can see the way that they all are. But what I don't want them to do is I just want to see the look on the police's face when they decide that they want to lie to what's being said. Now, what should be being said is, yeah, they are on public property. There's nothing we can do. And to be told that Natural and myself were out of order, wow, very interesting. And you can see she's completely kicked off. She also accused the Natural Born of stepping onto the premises. Wow. So this is also a big thing, and this is what the problem is. So you can see the way that things are done, you can see what's happening, and that's the big problem. That's the big problem. So, and so the question is, how many lies did you tell? Also, as well, as I said, I don't know whether or not that's a work phone or your personal, but hopefully it's not a personal, because otherwise you will be in a lot of trouble, because it's breaking the law, sir. And I will be requesting a photo of that. So make sure that you do keep it and you do not delete it. Because I have it on camera, you taking a picture, and if you do delete it, I will be pressing charges.
Would that be good enough for you? Your name, sir, is?
Nobody.
Nobody.
No. Full name's Nobody Grandad.
Nobody, Grandad.
Date of birth,
Yep.
long time ago.
Yep.
ID.
Do you have a
Bargain
contact
heed
telephone number at all?
to prove that.
I think here is going to jump into it, okay? Listen, there is a big difference between being sarcastic and saying I'm not going to give you any personal details. What you're actually doing, and what the guys here, Natural Born, is doing, is escalating the situation, winding the situation up a bit further to try and push the barriers. It wouldn't be recommended to do that, although it does cause a reaction, which is obviously why they're doing it. And these officers have no idea what auditors actually do.
I can give you an email address.
Go on then.
The email address is to plod or not to plod.
Right.
Are you not taking the
No,
details?
but
That's a
if you don't-
genuine
If you
email.
don't leave,
Social distancing. Miss.
no, if you don't leave, you're going to get arrested for public order offence.
Right, okay, so let's stop the whole process there. This officer cannot enforce somebody to leave a public place. They just can't do it. They cannot do it. They can't physically put their hands on him to throw him out of a public place. The car park is a publicly accessible area. There would be an argument that inside that building, they could be invading a private space. But even inside the building, if it was a private space, it is a civil action only. The police have no jurisdiction in it whatsoever. And she carries on.
What public order is that? Miss?
Because you're creating public order to these people.
No, completely wrong.
I'm not breaking any laws.
You are.
Completely
It's a
wrong.
public order offence because you're frightening these people. You're causing them.
frightened of the camera.
You're causing them harass, alarm, and distress.
No, I'm not.
And you're causing the other people.
No, I'm not.
3 seconds, you're going to get arrested.
He's actually done nothing.
You're under arrest.
Thank you, miss.
Public order offence, and the gentleman there as well.
Thank you, miss.
Okay, so PC Butthurt here has now arrested Natural Born and also just about to arrest Plod or not to Plod for a public order offence for standing outside of a council office with a camera. So you obviously know they're going to get to the station. They're not going to give over any details because they're not going to be required to. They can select them with all they like. Section 24 of PACE, Section 1 of PACE, whatever it is. That's just simply not going to happen. The case is going to have NFA, and this police officer on the right-hand side could be potentially facing a lawsuit for an unlawful arrest without investigating at all the allegation of assault that's happened to Born Free. Or Natural Born, or whatever his name is. So once again, it's just absolutely crazy, of course, and now it's going to get a little bit worse.
Hey, don't grab that! Do not break that!
Right, so
Right,
guys,
close the
as you can see, okay, now you can see, look at the way that they're grabbing Natural Born.
That's all.
Okay.
Look at how hard she's put them on.
Look
Lord.
at the way
Look
that
at
they're
that.
actually grabbing Natural Born, and this is the problem. Look at the way that they're treating him, and what they're doing to Natural Born, okay, is completely disgusting. Completely disgusting. So wrong. Look at the way that he's being treated,
What's going on here?
and that's the problem.
You're not willing to speak. You're willing to speak to these people, but not to me.
Right, well, first of all, could you identify yourself?
You have my numbers here. There you go. Right?
9248.
Now,
Thank you very
it
much
was
for that.
explained to you and your friend that these people don't deal with the issue that you have a
No,
problem
we
with.
were only just told.
Okay.
It wasn't explained.
Right.
Let's clarify
So
that.
then when we-
It was only
Right.
just
Are you
told
gonna
to
let me
us
speak?
by yourselves.
Are you willing to let me
Okay?
speak?
Yeah, but you just made a statement, sir, that was incorrect.
What was incorrect about
Okay?
it?
You said that we were already told. We were not told.
No,
I have it.
my
No,
colleague told you.
No, you had only just told us.
Right?
Okay, only just.
Right.
Now, when you actually look to do with a Section 5 Public Order Act, now right here there is nobody there. Okay, there is no member of the public outside.
Right.
They are civil servants right now.
Right.
Okay, they are not members of the public.
They're not.
So to actually arrest him under Section 5 Public Order, okay, is an unlawful arrest.
Okay.
And he's absolutely right. Civil servants, etc., etc., if they're outside the building, they can't be really considered as harassment. Do you actually arrest newspaper reporters when they stand outside 10 Downing Street? Do you harass you arrest newspaper reporters when they're standing outside someone's home, a celebrity who they want to do an expose on? Do you do that? No, of course you don't, because they're in a public space. This is an exercise of power that is actually, in my opinion, for whatever it's worth, an unlawful arrest, and I would be looking at taking litigational action against both the police department of Durham and also against the council office for a false arrest.
It's an unlawful arrest, sir.
Is it?
And it is an unlawful arrest.
Okay. So,
Right,
when my
so
colleague
let's verify
when
that.
my colleague was politely explaining the situation to you and your friend.
Okay, so that's a load of horse shit. There was no politeness about it. She was very rude. She stuck her hand in the guys' faces and walked off indoors. You know, that's quite the opposite.
Well, I came over. I came over when you were halfway through that.
Right?
Yep.
So she's trying to explain the situation. She asked him for his details.
Yep.
He starts playing funny.
But he doesn't need to give his details, sir.
He asked for information that she was willing to provide for who to contact in relation to the issue that is at hand.
Yep. But then
he wasn't willing to do that.
So can I ask the question, sir? Can I just ask the question? So this officer here, I know that they don't call them WPCs anymore. This PC here decided to actually arrest him purely because he went to give an email address. Please do not.
Okay, so it's now going to stop there. So essentially, the female officer is now assaulted to plod or not to plod. She doesn't like being recorded. She doesn't have a choice. She has no reason to stop the recording at all or in any way, shape or form. Anyway, guys, that reaches the end of it. I'd love to know what you guys think about this whole incident in the comment. It's certainly clear to see that Durham Police have done themselves absolutely no favours at all. But once again, did they ever? Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button because it really helps me out, and also smash that little bell icon and you may even get good luck. You never know. Anyway, guys, hope we'll see you on the next one. Attention.